because I ended up losing my mom in 2020, and it was something along the lines of sometimes you get kind of mad because you feel like your parents are always on your back, but as you get older, you realize they're actually one of the few people, if really the only person who actually had your back.
Yeah.
Make me cry too
In life.
This podcast.
Welcome to the Created to Win podcast. I've got some incredible people here. Why don't we go around the circle here, starting with Deborah, and just share what's your name, a little bit about yourself, and what's one area God has matured you the most when it comes to relationships.
All right, so no pressure since I'm the first one talking. My name is Deborah. I work in human resources, and what is the one area that God has matured me the most in relationships? Probably just being patient with my partner and learning that there are communication differences and learning to work with those different communication differences.
So good.
I love it. Am I up?
Yeah, let's just go in a circle.
Number one, thank you for calling us incredible. I appreciate that.
Yeah, you guys are.
I am Jayme, and I'm a dating coach and a wedding planner. And it's really hard to pick one thing that has matured me. But what is on top of mind and on my heart is receiving. I did not know how to receive well in past relationships, and that is something that has deeply matured me.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's good. That's good.
I'm Zach Day, one of the owners of the podcast house. I would say what I've grown the most in recently is being able to emotionally connect with my partner. Yeah.
Okay. Right on.
You've done a great job with that.
Yeah.
Working on it.
So good. I love that. And for me, my name is Brian Summers, obviously the host of the Created to Win podcast, and I'm in sales and a podcaster and a content creator and friend. And an area that God's most matured me is actually same as Deborah, I think, is just patience and giving things time, not rushing things. I'm a chronic rusher of things. I want things faster. I want it the microwave, and sometimes the best meals are slow cooked.
Yeah.
Hot logic.
Yeah.
Inside joke.
Okay.
That's really
Okay. Nice. Yeah. I didn't get it.
So there's a Hot Logic in there, and Jack's dad, one of the owners of the podcast house, he owns the Hot Logic, and it's supposed to replace the microwave.
Oh.
So like when you brought that up, I just had to.
Yeah. Got it.
Yeah, maybe this is sponsored by Hot Logic.
Okay. Nice. So funny.
He'd appreciate it.
Yeah. Okay, right on. And we'll make sure to keep our heads this way. I can see some of the camera angles. Some of it's getting in here, at least on that one. Yeah. But yeah, awesome. Well, today we're going to be talking about healthy communication within relationships, and also what maybe potentially unhealthy relationships look like. So I'd love to just ask you guys, open up the forum, like what is a real weekly check-in look like? Like what does it actually look like when we open up our hearts instead of like saying something surface level? What does that weekly check-in look like?
Before we dive into this, can we just kind of like set the premise a little bit?
Yeah.
So you guys are in a relationship, for people who don't know, and then
Yes.
me and her in a relationship for
Thank
people
you for
who don't
clarifying that.
know. So yeah, I think it's risky because
Yeah.
we're 3 months in, maybe a little bit more into our relationship. You guys are pretty similar.
Yeah.
So, we're getting on there, we're being vulnerable inside of our relationship, and but we're willing to go to the places where most people aren't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah.
That's so cool about us.
Yeah, I like that you mentioned that.
Yeah.
Kind of adds a little bit.
Thank you for DTRing the
Yeah,
podcast.
especially the people like listening in that can't see, you know.
Yeah.
That's right.
So,
That's right.
yeah.
I love it.
You want to lead us off?
Well, can I go first?
Yeah.
Because it kind of goes off of what you just said. And actually, Brian, could you repeat the question?
Yeah. What does a real weekly check-in look like? The kind that actually opens the heart instead of staying surface level.
Yeah, it's being brave, just like we're doing right now, right? You guys are being brave, we're being brave, right? Because dating, relationship, it's all a risk, right?
Yeah.
So a one-on-one connection time each week, I think, is vital to the health of the relationship. I think it's vital to the longevity of a relationship. And it's being gentle and it's being brave, right? It's saying the hard things and it's also saying the things that build your partner up, right? It's turning your eyes to the Lord and it's bringing the Lord into a very hard conversation. And sometimes it's not hard. Sometimes it's just fun. Sometimes it's just needed to connect.
And sometimes it's hard.
And sometimes it's really hard.
Yeah.
But what's on the other side of hard?
Breakthrough.
And the best makeout session we've ever had.
Cut.
But I have two more things to say.
Yeah.
I have learned through connection time two things. I think it's giving your partner freedom, right? But I think it's also fighting for them, right? You fight and then you give them freedom. And then also I think it's leading with a posture of, we're working through this. We're not going anywhere. I'm here to work. I'm not here to walk.
Can you explain that more? Here to work or I'm here to work, not to walk.
Yeah.
Work things through.
Yeah. I think that so many times there's conflict, people run. It's too scary. They don't want to face what comes up, right? But if you come with the posture of like, do you want to work through it? It's a whole different ball game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. And do you guys have like a weekly check-in that's scheduled in the calendar, or how does that look like?
Yeah. So we started in the summertime at West Haven because it was beautiful.
Yeah, that place is fire.
Yes.
Yeah.
Now it's getting a little bit chillier. But yeah, we decided Thursdays. Thursdays are our night.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I love that.
That's so special.
Yeah, we used to have a wheel that we went through that had like all the emotions on it. Mostly bad emotions.
Okay.
And a couple good ones like
Yeah.
joy, but yeah, there's like guilt, fear, shame, and like how do you feel those emotions inside the relationship right now? Where are they showing up, and like identifying them and bringing them to life and talking them out with your partner.
Yeah.
Wow,
Yeah.
that's so unique. I have not heard of that before.
Yeah, it's
Wow.
scary.
Oh, that's so cool.
It's
Yeah, it's
scary.
like getting really real. Like,
Yeah.
I'm feeling fearful. What are you fearful about us?
Yeah.
Us? Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah. And the thing is I think that the benefit to that wheel is you typically wouldn't talk about those emotions,
Yeah.
right? So it evokes something within the relationship that you can process with your partner. And then if you're holding your partner's hand and you're realizing, even though we're saying hard things, like we're in it together, let's move through it together.
Okay. So cool. I love that. What's the line between being honest and being hurtful?
I'll go.
Yeah.
Well, I think it's all about how you say it. So it's like tonality, and I think timing is super important too. Like, when do you say it? Like, there's certain times when she's not in the best emotional state where it's like, yeah, don't bring it up then.
Yeah.
It's common sense.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think it's mostly how you say it. But like those things that you need to say them. Right. But to say them in the right way and the right tonality, and go to God first, go to counsel first.
Yeah. I think that's good. I think it's so important to make sure that my heart has a posture of love.
Yeah. It's good.
You know, it's like, this isn't my enemy. You know, this is someone who I deeply care about. And when I come with that heart posture, it changes. I think naturally it changes the tone, and it's come from an authentic place where it's not like an accusatory or attacking or anything. But hey, you know, can we walk through this together? And John Maxwell talks about like permission-based leadership, and always asking for permission. You know, instead of just like barging through the door, it's like, I'm gonna knock at the door and be like, hey,
That's good.
I was hoping to have a conversation about XYZ. Is this an appropriate time to talk about that?
Yeah.
And
That's really good.
allow her to say yes or no. because maybe like you said, like it's bad timing.
For sure.
And I also think there's something to be said about maturing our thoughts.
Yeah.
Like sometimes my initial thought, like it might not be fully developed, so I might need more time to really articulate what I need to say, because words are really powerful. So sometimes I won't always go to Deborah and say something because I want to think through it.
Sure.
But so that, because words are powerful, and if it's a touchy subject, you don't want to accidentally say the wrong thing and realize, I guess I didn't really mean it like that, but I said it too quickly, and that's where it's important, like you said, to maybe check with like some godly mentor to filter your thoughts with first before you go and share something with someone.
Yeah, Brian, that's so good. Book of James, right?
Yeah.
I love that. And I love godly counsel. I think it's vital. Not only godly counsel, but you got to go to God. You got to go to his word. Get a word from him before you go to the partner.
Yeah.
Right? I actually battle on the opposite side. So I'm a recovering people-pleasing butt kisser. Getting better, guys. Getting better. And so I can lean on the side of not full truth, right? Because I want to protect my partner, but is it really protecting my partner? When a lot of times the truth they need to hear is the truth I need to say, right? So I actually need accountability to say the things that I don't want to say.
Yeah.
That might actually be hard to hear, but it's actually what my partner needs to hear.
Yeah. Wow. So good.
And I'll add, for Brian and I tend to be more of a sensitive individual. And and Brian has had to adjust the way that he says things to me when he brings it up into our relationship, just because I am so sensitive. So he'll just phrase things in a way of like more loving and just kindly direct versus direct to the point, which Brian is very like, he can get stuff done. He's very direct, but he's had to adjust his language for me, which is so kind and very loving for him to do, because he's not naturally wired that way. So it's been really nice to have that.
Oh, thanks. And I'll just add that that's how God uniquely made Deborah. She's an Enneagram 4, and it's beautiful and special in that way. And yeah, I'm very much like a, let's not beat around the bush, let's get direct. And I just save that kind of language for my guy friends now.
It's like, what, 5 minutes in the podcast and you already have me tear up.
Yeah.
It's beautiful.
Yeah. Because it's part of
Loving someone.
Loving someone is considering like their love languages or their communication styles, or even like the time of the day. I'm not gonna like talk about a sensitive subject and it's like 11:30 and we're like super tired, and you know what I mean? Like, let's wait till the next day when we're fresh, Yeah.
Super loving.
Love it.
You think we should go into like a little bit of our backstory of like how we met, how our relationship formed? Maybe like super quick, surface level.
Yeah, I'd love that.
Yeah.
Would you like to start?
Yeah. I would love to. So me and Jayme met in community. Kind of met at church. So we went to the same church but didn't really meet each other. We kind of knew of each other. And she was actually on your podcast.
That's
so
right.
She came into this studio, so I run this studio. Came into your podcast. That's how we met each other.
So I kind of hooked it up for you.
Kind of
did, Brian.
She invited me and Jack to go swing dancing, country swing dancing.
Did.
I came out, didn't really do anything, but
couldn't believe he showed
talked
up.
to her a little bit, invited her on my podcast. She came on my podcast. I feel like that's kind of where we kind of kicked it off. We had some chemistry, and then we just started doing like community stuff together, country swing, for example. Went on a waterfall hike, kind of kicked it off, just started hanging out, and then one thing led to another, then 4th of July fireworks.
Were there literal fireworks
Yes,
and
there
metaphorical
were.
fireworks?
Yes, there were, Brian.
Yeah. We'll leave it at that.
Rooftop fireworks, nonetheless.
Wow.
The only thing that I would add that was beautiful, it was the perfect way to describe our story, is it was God, you guys. I look back now in hindsight and I see how the Lord opened door after door. Not him, not me, how the Lord did. Things that he opened up I never could have. And I just think that it was really beautiful.
Wow.
Yeah.
So cool. I love it. Well, speaking of the podcast house, which we're recording, which, shameless plug, if you need a podcast, you got to reach out to Zach Day right here.
Yes, sir.
But there is an event that you actually are putting on.
Yeah.
This is
She helped me through it actually too.
That's right.
Yeah.
So I actually have to thank you guys. Like, you have to thank me for this. I actually have to thank you.
Yes.
It's actually crazy.
That's
Yeah.
right. Yeah,
I
this
didn't-
moment.
I think I
What?
realized that, but I didn't like really realize.
Yeah.
I didn't realize this is his
Yeah.
moment.
Yeah.
that's wild.
So I actually have you to thank because you initiated
Yeah.
a like worship night at the podcast house and wanted to have this event.
Yeah. She was like the first one there too. I remember.
Was she?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. And I just remember briefly meeting her at the podcast house and didn't really like have a significant like interaction. Like all I really remember was like, oh, she seemed like a pretty girl, but I didn't really get a lot of like information to go off of. But then I guess I was already following her on Instagram. You wanted to share that?
Yeah, so Brian followed me on Instagram 2 days before the worship night,
Oh,
and then
wow.
I showed up and I knew immediately who he was,
Oh wow.
but he had no idea who I was. He just was following random accounts to build a
Oh,
following.
he's one of those guys.
So I was like, oh, this guy totally knows who I am, and I had no idea. And I posted on my Instagram story, anybody going to Country City Swing? And he commented, yeah, my friends and I are going.
Which these
Yeah,
are
you're
my friends. Yeah. Yeah.
And I was like, okay, cool. I'll know somebody else there. And then, just event after event, building connection. And then he asked me out.
Yeah.
I think it was only a week.
It's like a week
Yeah.
time frame. Yeah, the podcast house and then Country City Swing.
Yeah.
And there was a big social event
And there's a big social event.
that Brian was at. And he got into this really deep theological conversation. And
He would.
And I was like, wow, okay. And
Yeah.
he's like, yeah, can I get your number and we can talk about it more if you're interested? And I was
Yeah.
like, okay.
Yeah, it was
then
then.
he called me the very next day.
Yeah.
And was like, hey, I'd love to take you out to coffee. And I was like, wow.
Wow.
was like,
He
wow.
just called you up on the phone.
That's
Yeah,
very
just-
attractive.
I
Yeah.
was so
Bold.
surprised because people don't do that anymore.
don't.
They
Yeah.
don't
Yeah.
just call you up and like,
Brian
I wanna
does.
take you out. Yeah. So I felt like that was
Yeah.
very direct and a different approach than I think what I've
Yeah.
normally seen or how I've been asked out. So I loved it. But
Yeah.
yeah.
Love it. Love it. Yeah. I just
good.
think there's something to be said about old fashioned,
I
Yeah.
agree.
you know?
Yeah.
And if you have a little bit of nerves, like almost like buck into that.
Yeah.
Like that might be sometimes a reason to do it.
Yeah.
Because it's a lot easier to like send a DM versus
Sure.
like I'm just
Yeah.
gonna like
Behind a
have the
screen.
guts and just like call someone,
Yeah.
you know, or do it face to face if practical. Like sometimes you just like learn how to lean into that
Yeah.
a little bit, and then speaking of like even being just like honest or doing hard things, even in relationships or even from the start of it, oftentimes people respect you more for it.
Yeah.
People respect you more if like you're willing to share, hey, this is a thought that I'm thinking. It might be a sensitive topic, but like, wow, okay, like this person's being real, or this person's showing their heart. And I think, yeah, we live in a culture where it's so easy to kind of hide behind a screen or not really show what we're really thinking, and there's no shame. You know, that's not God. There's no shame for shooting your shot or going for things in life and anything, really. I have never, whenever anyone's ever shot their shot with me, whether it's like a business opportunity or like pursuing a friendship or anything, I've never, even if I said no, you know, to whatever opportunity was being presented towards me, I never thought less of them personally.
Yeah.
Like, so it's like, what's wrong with, unless they really did it in an extremely weird way, I'll say that. But like, if someone's like, just like, hey, I had this business opportunity for you, or like, hey, would love to like hang out sometime. I've always like respected them asking me that. you know?
Yeah. I mean, my whole life that I have today is because I shot my shot
Yeah,
with Heart of Dating.
that's right.
You know, I'm a dating coach today. I live in Franklin, Tennessee today because I dropped into Kate Tomlin's DMs, and here we are now.
Wow. So
That's
thanks to Kate for all of this happening.
Yes. Also,
Yeah.
wait, I'm just having the revelation. The worship night that we planned together when we were initially flirting, that's how you all met.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a cool
Yeah.
moment.
Yeah.
Pretty crazy. Yeah. I think there's a little anointing over the podcast house.
Yes,
Relationships.
I think so too.
What if like the most relationships just come out of this environment? You know?
I mean, say less to the
mean-
dating coach and the wedding planner. You
Yeah.
know?
I do want to plan.
It will work for your business.
I do want to plan like a singles event here.
Let's do it.
Yeah. And
so
like I want to
fun.
blindfold people and put them in the podcast studio so they can't see each other.
Oh, kind of like the show that Deborah watches.
Yes.
Oh, Love is Blind.
Love is
Yeah.
blind.
Yes.
We need to
Yeah,
have a date and watch
kinda.
that.
You what?
You need to watch have it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
It'd be fun.
Oh
That would
my
be really
gosh,
fun.
that's crazy. That would be wild.
I love
We
that.
should throw it.
So good, so good. Well, I got a question, like talking about working through versus walking away. What does working through it look like practically when everything in you wants to shut down or walk away?
Who wants to go first on that one?
I think it can be so uncomfortable to work through things, and I think just being super vulnerable. I came into the relationship with some walls of don't hurt me. And I think Brian has been so patient in saying, let's just talk through one thing at a time. Let's just work
Good.
through one topic at a time, and not rushing me in that process, but just, just taking it, just pacing it out. So, yeah.
Yeah, Rome wasn't, what do they say? Rome wasn't built in a day. And sometimes it's having patience. You don't have to solve everything in one conversation, right? But you can talk through things and give someone space. And we're all people, in our own journeys, with our own trauma and background and things we're working through. And we all need a little bit of grace. We all need, I need a lot of grace personally. So just giving space to work through things instead of just bailing right away.
Yeah. And Brian has a very different perspective than I do. So we complement each other with the different perspectives that we bring to the table.
Yeah.
He challenges me in ways that I have never thought about. And
go.
I challenge him in ways of thinking about things in a softer way.
Yeah.
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 So it's good.
It
really
is so
good.
good. Ben, thank you, by the way. Yeah.
I'll go. I mean, I think it's similar formula to what I said before. Like, go to God first. Like, go to your prayer closet, pray to God, get a word from God, go to godly counsel. And she has something called our counsel system. I don't know what exactly do you call it?
I mean, our board of advisors.
Board of advisors.
Yeah.
I think
we
you
need to get
guys
that.
you guys are on that.
You are.
Okay.
You said yes yesterday.
Yeah.
I have a coach that's on that, and
Really?
a couple other mentors,
So good.
father figures in my life. So I can go to them before, that big moment happens per se, where I feel like I need to walk away or it's just too much.
Yeah.
So I go to them first, so you can see with a lot of clarity. And then I think there's some moments where you have to throw everything on the table, just throw it all out there. Where exactly are we? I have both partners just dump everything out on the table.
Yeah.
So you can see exactly for what it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sometimes you got to do it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I love that.
Yeah.
And I think that's when breakthroughs happen.
Okay.
And that's where you can kind of see with a lot of clarity and decide.
Yeah. Yeah, I love that. I need to level up in some of those areas with the board of advisors. Yeah, for sure. I love that.
Yeah, I think that's when breakthroughs do happen, especially when you know that you're for each other, right? I think that's the difference. I have a unique answer for you, Brian,
I'm excited.
because I'm a little bit different. I'm a little loyal. I don't know if you guys know this, but I actually stay too long. So I don't shut down, I fix. I'm a fixer. But something that I've committed to myself, I don't think I've even shared this with you, is that I'm not going to abandon myself this time. Many times before, I'd abandon myself, compromise, settle to fix the relationship. Something that I refuse to do this time. So my courageous step is fixing it, but fixing it in a way that is honoring to me, and be willing to walk away if it doesn't work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm glad you brought that up because sometimes people walk away too early and sometimes they walk away too late.
Yeah.
Why is that?
I have one word, and it's fear.
Okay.
Yeah. Do you guys know the song by John Rederick, Fear? No Fear?
I don't think I do.
new. It came out this summer. It's incredible.
Okay.
I encourage every couple to listen to it because I think the enemy, I know the enemy hates godly couples because we are fierce for the kingdom, right? And he's going to use fear. He knows your insecurities, yours, and yours. He knows mine. So he's going to use our insecurities against each other, right? But we've got a God of truth who gives us every weapon to fight against that, right? So I think that people leave too early because of fear of intimacy. They're actually running away from what they are craving. But in the reverse, it's fear of scarcity, fear that he's not going to provide. Right.
Yeah. It's like, oh, this is the best I'm going to get. Kind of, but sometimes that could be true. But but like in a bad way, like in a fear mindset of like, yeah.
Yeah. So what would our relationships look like if we weren't afraid?
Wow. I'm so challenged by that.
Yeah.
Because I think we can all like lean towards, the natural tendency of the flesh is fear.
Yeah.
Right. Which is why it was talked about in the Bible, without faith, it's impossible to please God.
Yeah.
And to really please God, we have to look at it through those lens of faith.
Yeah.
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 I love that. Thanks for challenging me, Jayme. Wow.
You got it.
Yeah. So talking about like showing up as your best self, I'm really excited to ask this and hear your guys' thoughts. When you guys get comfortable, what version of yourself tends to show up? And what would it look like to consistently show up as your best instead?
Okay, I'll go first. I don't know. I feel like I'm pretty consistent all around. Like even when I'm comfortable with somebody, I feel like I show up the same. But I will say, what's the second part of that question?
The second part is, and what would it look like to consistently show up as your best instead?
I think for me, because I struggle with energy and some health stuff, showing up my best means having time away, like for me and God, and just to recharge on my own, and then coming back to the relationship recharged.
Yeah.
So that's how I show up as my best self, so that I'm not going into every day tired or, irritated with Ryan for no reason. He doesn't deserve that. So just taking time for myself to be able to pour into my relationship. Yeah.
That's good. And that's just an important thing, just to be rested. And for anyone, is just make sure you're getting enough sleep and spending time with the Lord and having your own time. Like even when you're in a relationship with someone, you're still a single individual who has a single unique relationship with the Lord between you and the Lord. And so it's so important to get that.
Well, I have a vision and I have a dream, and it's something not only that I have for me and Zach, I have it for you guys. I have it for every person that I coach. And I heard this early on like a radio station. What would it look like if we actually treated the person that we were with the best, right? Because sometimes when we get comfortable, I mean, Deborah, you're a queen. I love that you're so consistent.
And I have to say, she's great at that. She really does. Like she shows up really well.
Yeah. And I think that you actually are an anomaly. So if you witness and you notice other couples throughout time, they're on their phones all the time. They're loose with their lips, right? But go back to their second date. Go back to their third date. How did that man treat that woman? How did that woman treat that man?
Yeah.
What if we always treated each other like that? What if you put the most energy into the most important relationship next to the Lord?
Yeah.
Right? And you treated your person like a king, like a queen all the time. It takes a lot more energy. It takes a lot more intentionality. It takes making sure that you're dialed in with the Lord, right? Having solid quiet times every day, making sure, worship is in the forefront of your mind. But that's a challenge that I have not only for myself, for us, but for every person that I coach and every couple that I see, because it's so easy to take things for granted. And I think the number one way to get out of that is gratitude, right? It's being grateful. What are the top 5 things you're grateful for each other? And what if you said that to yourself every day?
Yeah.
Right. And you live from a place from that.
Yeah, and was Philippians 4, it talks about like think on
Yes.
things that are honorable
Yes.
and you know, basically think on good things.
Yeah.
You know, and oftentimes we can, oh, my partner did this, and that can frustrate me. And then, but like, what are we thinking about? But there's a lot of, obviously you were with them for a reason. Like, what are all the good reasons, you know?
Yeah.
And so that's so good. I love that. Yeah. And I see that even in like family dynamics where
Yep.
it's sometimes it's not, when you, with your family, it's like you treat your siblings like
Yes.
horrible,
Yes.
you know,
You
because
do.
you're just used to them. It's like,
Yes.
they're your brother and sister, like this is your mom and dad, like why would you want to like mistreat your family? Yeah, we take those important relationships sometimes for granted, and I love that mindset you have. Like what would it look like to treat the most important relationships in our life like the most important relationship? You know, because a lot of times, you know, it's like, oh, we'll treat our boss like really good because it's like there's something in it for us, because like, oh, our career growth or whatever, or like certain different things. But then it's like when it's like your mom, you can't like treat her with the highest level. It's like
Exactly.
if you're treating your boss with more honor than you are your
Yep.
mom, like what's going on?
Yep.
You know what I mean? It's
Yeah.
like priority is a little flip, because you're going to change jobs.
Yeah.
Most, you know, it's very rare that people stay at the same company or same career path for 50 plus years.
Yeah.
But you got your mom like for life, you know, or as long, you know, it's like, so I love that mindset. I think that transcends even beyond just romantic relationships,
agree.
but even just with family and children, and never really taking things for granted, and having that gratitude of like, Lord, thank you for these amazing people and the amazing qualities and the great, you know, things about them.
And I love that, especially with the holiday season right around the corner. It's good to keep that in mind.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I heard it said one time, because I ended up losing my mom in 2020. And it was something along the lines of sometimes you get kind of mad because you feel like your parents are always on your back. But as you get older, you realize they're actually one of the few people, if really the only person who actually had your back
Yeah.
Make me cry too.
in life.
Podcast.
That's really sweet.
You know what I mean? And it was like, that's so true. Like, like my mom like would get on me for different things, and I was like, oh, it's actually because she cared about me,
Yeah.
you know. And I would, and yeah, did she say, was she a perfect human? No, but she was amazing. And what I would do to get her back and have her get on my case again, I'd pay whatever the cost would be. I would pay it, you know, to get that back if I could, but that's not how it works. Because it's like, oh, that's someone who actually had my back. Yeah.
It's good.
It's really
Yeah.
good. Wow. Yeah. Yeah, it's great because like I think we all go through that phase where it's like you just want to be free from like your parents, and then like you get free, and then you kind of realize like how much they love you.
Yeah.
You know, just like that perspective change. And now I can like really see it for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, and like I lost my dad 6-7 years ago now, so you know, without that for a really long time, you know, you just life's totally different now. You know, that chair is always empty when you're, you know, having a family dinner.
Yeah.
And that's, you're never going to get that back.
Yeah.
But
And then like the weird conversations with other family members who will make comments, and it's like you don't know what to say.
Yeah.
It's just like it's just a weird dynamic, man.
For sure.
Yeah. And if you haven't experienced it, it's hard to explain. You know.
Yeah. For sure. Back to the question.
Yeah.
What was the question?
The question was, when you get comfortable, what version of yourself tends to show up, and what would it look like to consistently show up your best?
I think like the good enough version, like you kind of, you're comfortable. Things are more surface level. You're just kind of checking the boxes. You're not going above and beyond. You're not doing the little things. So I'd say like that version. And like when you really do show up, I think the little things matter a lot. Like the little compliments, you know, like good morning, like how small is that? You know, flowers, all those little things. Planning out date nights. Yeah, a lot of planning.
Yeah,
for sure.
Yeah. I think it's keeping that servant heart mentality.
Yeah, I think when you get comfortable, you're kind of more like, what's in it for me, in opposed of like, how can I serve my partner to the fullest capability.
Yeah.
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 There's also this quote, people esteem too lightly that which we haven't paid a high price for. And I think when you have gone through heartbreak, or you've paid high prices before, or it's like you've lost a parent, and you realize the cost of a healthy relationship and how hard it is to get a healthy relationship, it changes your perspective, and you realize this is going to take work. This isn't going to magically like come into being. And it's like that beauty from ashes from great loss, and rebuilding your life. You can really see the value in wanting to truly stay grateful, and because you know what it's like to not have it.
Yeah.
And so it's like keeping that grateful attitude, and like, hey, this is actually an honor and a joy to serve my partner. This is a privilege.
Yeah.
Like, there's other people out there, and I was one of these people not too long ago who don't have somebody.
Yeah.
You know, and I do. So I'm really grateful. So I'm gonna steward this season well. You know, to use a Christian verbiage. Yeah.
That's good.
Let's
good.
go. That's
Yeah.
really good.
Yeah. I mean, time's going by no matter what.
Yeah.
Like, time's just flying by right now. What are you going to do with it?
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
How are you going to store it?
100%. I don't like to do the compare game unless it's like in a negative way.
Yeah.
Like, I don't ever try to compare, like, oh, like Zach's so much more athletic than me, which he is. Just ran literally 100 miles. I ran 1 mile this morning, and I was like, I'm done with this. But I do compare myself to people. This sounds bad. I don't know if this is the right way to do it, but who maybe have a worse situation than me, because it helps me be a little bit more grateful, because I'm like, well, at least, you know, it's like, it just puts things in perspective. Like, okay, I'm healthy. I'm not in the hospital right now. Like,
We're in Franklin, Tennessee.
yeah, yeah, we're in Franklin, Tennessee. It's
We just went to Tampa. A lot of ghetto there.
yeah,
A lot of ghetto.
and it's like, I'm not in the hospital. I'm not at war right now. I didn't get my leg torn off from a bomb. Like, you know, it's like when you compare yourself, it's like, wow, okay, I'm actually really grateful. Like, I get to live in America. Wow. Like, I could have been born in Iran and be under a regime. And, you know, I could have, there's a lot of things that would be actually, when you think about it, like, I have a pretty good life right now.
Yeah.
You know?
And I actually think that that's beautiful.
Yeah.
The only caveat I would say is you just want to make sure you don't diminish your pain.
That's
Because I
was
see,
gonna say that too.
yeah, a lot
Wow.
of people will say, oh, well, I'm okay because of this. But you just want to make sure that you don't diminish your pain.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And acknowledge it and get the healing
Yeah.
for it. Yeah.
I mean, it's crazy because a lot of billionaires, millionaires commit suicide. Celebrities commit suicide.
Comedians.
So they really have it a lot better than us?
Right.
I don't know.
I'd like to find out, though. Just in case. No, I'm just kidding. No, but I know what you mean. Like,
Yeah.
money, if it's made out to be an idol more than God,
Sure. Yeah.
it's never going to satisfy. The only thing that truly satisfies
right.
is God.
Mhm.
Yeah. And as long as it's like making the first things first. Like, God is number one.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I haven't been on like a mission trip, but I've heard a lot of stories when people go to these like third world countries. People are poor, but like they're like some of the happiest people alive.
Yeah.
And they're encountering God. God's in their life. God's doing miracles. It's like, is their life better or worse than us? I don't know. They don't even know any better.
Yeah. And sometimes they're forced to be more dependent on the Holy Spirit,
Yeah.
and just like out of desperation, more dependent on God.
Yeah.
Whereas it's like sometimes it's hard to be a Christian when it's so comfortable.
Yeah.
It's like, man, if I got a headache, I can take some medicine to fix that real quick. Like, life pretty comfortable.
Bored.
You know?
Netflix, phone.
Yeah, Netflix, iPhone 17 Pro Max, 48 megapixel. It's incredible.
I definitely need that in my life.
Yeah. It's just like a grocery store with like food beyond food.
Yeah.
And,
Our problems are so different.
yeah, and it's like, so it's like sometimes hard to really rely on the Lord, you know? And and we can sometimes make our comfort an idol, because we're not really depending on God.
100%.
It's good.
Yeah. So what does spiritual leadership really look like in dating? We talk about like the man being the spiritual head of the household, but in dating, like at least the way I look at it is like, I haven't earned the right to be earn the place of husband. So I haven't paid the price or earned the right, so to speak, to act like a husband. So I'm not going to like lead in that sense, but I still want to lead within the position that I'm in as boyfriend. It's like, what does spiritual leadership look like from a man's vantage point and responsibility, and also for women too, because we're also pro women here as well.
Yeah, I feel like it's not leading her into sin of the things of the world, but leading her towards God, leading towards scripture, towards prayer, towards the Bible.
Yeah.
I would just start there, but like, where's the line, right? Where it's like, I don't want to cross the husband line. I want to stay in the boyfriend realm, relationship realm. I don't know where that line is. I don't think I'm the right person to ask.
Yeah. Yeah. Cause it's hard, because you don't want to get into husband territory, because it's like, you haven't earned that yet.
Yeah.
And there's more boundaries than just like physical boundaries. You know, there's emotional boundaries, and it's like there's even spiritual boundaries too. So it's like there is an aspect of like, you don't want to get too spiritual with someone to where it's like, oh, now we're like dependent on each other for something. Because if the relationship doesn't like end up moving forward, it's like it's even that much worse of a separation, because it's like you put so much into it, like all you know what I mean? So
I also say another question is like over spiritualizing things. Like, I think God said this, and then like, well, I didn't hear that from God. So it's like, what's right and what's wrong, right? Was that God or was that you? That's where things get iffy.
Yeah
100%.
Yeah, you have some stories about that.
Yeah, I do, but I won't get into that on
Yeah.
this podcast. former, not Brian.
Yeah.
I can take a stab at it.
Yeah.
Okay, so shout out to Ben Stewart, plus a little bit of Heart of Dating. So we believe in different phases of dating, right? So when you say you're single, what does that look like, right? Well, you're single till you're married, okay? But there's different phases of that. So there's single, you're literally single. You're not dating, right? And then you're dating, but you're not in a committed relationship. And then you are like us, and we're in committed relationships, right? The next step is engagement, and then marriage, okay? So I think with each of these phases, there's a layer and there's a level, right? There's a layer and there's a level. And I think there's a level for spiritual, physical, emotional, right? And I think you got to talk about it with your partner, right? I think that every relationship is different. That's why my passion is curating a dating plan for each couple, because we all have different traumas. We all have different pasts. We all have different personality types. We all have different attachment styles, right? We all have different Enneagram numbers, right? Yeah. So I think it's talking with your partner, what layer are we on and where do we want to level up? Yeah. Right? What layer are we on? Where do we want to level up? So I think let's get like practical. What does that look like? So I was joking with a client the other day where she's like, I think I'm giving wife privileges, but I'm only a girlfriend. I'm like, yes, sister, you are. Yeah. Right?
I see a lot of women do that.
Yeah. Yeah. So I think it's not getting too ahead of the level that you're at. Right? So I think a good example is I love listening to Zach's opinions. I love listening to his heart for God. And I do allow him, and I do my best to give him room to lead, right? But because we're not married, I'm still going to follow exactly right what the Lord has said to me to do, right? But will I honor him? Yes. And will I listen to his opinions? Yes. Right? So I think that it's each level is you have to get wisdom, right? And I think that's also where godly counsel comes in. But yeah, I mean, I even think like, in the dating phase, it's like not best to kiss, right? Because then you commit too fast, right? And then I think, emotionally, you don't want to be giving your entire testimony, in dating. You want to get to know someone one layer at a time. Yeah. And when you're in a relationship, you just do it one day at a time where you get to know each other one one day at a time.
Yeah. That's good. I think second day I came in a little too intense. Deborah had to slow me down a little bit.
Wait, what do you mean by that?
Oh, when I had this whole list and
Oh,
yeah.
Oh,
Brian
dang.
was so
You brought a whole list.
He was so intense. I started laughing as he was so serious, and he was like, "Why are you laughing?" I was like, "I'm so sorry." There's this term, there's this concept in psychology where if you're so serious for so long, and you just have to start laughing, to break the tension.
Yeah.
And
You brought a list of what?
Oh.
he's getting to the point. Yeah.
Brian's not messing around here.
Set in direction.
Yeah. Which I think that's good, to be the spiritual leader, to set the direction of the
Yes.
relationship.
Mm-hmm.
But I think where he's also had spiritual leadership is being patient with me in my own things that I'm working through. So,
Yeah. And likewise, vice versa too.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
Brian has set the pace for our physical boundaries too, which I really appreciate. Which I think we might get into this later, but I'll just say briefly that
We can hop into that right
okay,
now. Okay,
we'll hop into it then.
Yeah. I was gonna actually say, speaking of that, how can physical boundaries help bring healing, especially for someone with past trauma and whatnot? So I'd love to, just have you expound on that.
Yeah, as someone who has been through some childhood abuse, Brian has, I think one of the most important things for somebody with that background is to have respect of physical boundaries and to have the man lead that, not the woman. And so Brian has been 110% so incredible with this. And I did not trust him at first when we started dating. Even 3 months in, they say that you get to really know somebody after 3 months, but I still did not have full trust that he was going to say who he was and, keep with his physical boundaries and, be the person that he said he is or that he... And so I just didn't fully have that trust there. And he has shown up 5 months later, almost 6 months, still being consistent, still being the same person day one. And that has been incredible. And yeah, it's been so healing for me. So healing. So thankful.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. That's awesome. That's so cool. What are some of the biggest misconceptions Christian couples have with boundaries, do you think?
I think it looks different for every couple. For Brian and I, we had to take things slower. We had to have stricter boundaries in our relationship.
Yeah.
But for another couple, it might look different, and that's okay.
Yeah. Do you feel comfortable sharing what our strict boundary is?
No kissing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For us, we've
Yeah.
decided not to kiss.
It's good. No, I think it's great, actually.
Yeah, not to go into too much detail, but we just looked at our previous history and knowing each other. We're like, you know what? It's really hard to slip up and go too far if you're not even kissing.
Yeah. And so I would never tell somebody else, hey, don't kiss until engagement. If that's not your conviction, don't do that.
Yeah.
But for Brian and I, we just came to that mutual agreement and said, this is what works best for our relationship. And this is what we have found has worked. So
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, well, I have something. And it kind of no. It ties into leadership and boundaries. I'm gonna cry for the third time.
Big crier.
I am. I'm in touch with the Holy Spirit. Okay. I think that the words that I have when it comes to allowing a man to be the leader is making room, right? Deborah, I think you do a great job at leaving room for Brian to be the leader, right? It's like setting them up to hit a home run, right? And I think as women, for me, I know it can be hard because it's scary to entrust making room for a man in your life. Yeah, it's really scary. So it's brave, right, to allow a man to lead you. And I've never felt so safe. At least physically in a relationship in my life.
Girl, I was going to say the same thing with Brian. I've never felt so safe in a relationship.
Yeah. Yeah, and it's such a gift.
Wow.
Yeah, it is such a gift.
Yeah.
I second that.
Yeah. So amazing. Yeah.
Yeah.
And kind of going back to things around trauma and whatnot, we all have our own, traumatic past experiences. I'm curious if there's anything that you guys have to share, like how can we not let trauma get in the way of moving forward, and how do we address that when it comes to those relationships?
Yeah, I have something.
Yeah.
Just gonna pop off over here, guys.
Yeah.
So Song of Songs is my favorite. Okay. I know. Dating coach, wedding planner, love Song of Songs.
Yeah.
And Zach knows that I love this very much. I look at it like foxes trying to get into our garden, right? Our past T's, our little T's, our big T's, our little traumas, our big traumas, because sometimes it's all about the little traumas.
Yeah.
Right? Sometimes the bigger traumas you're more aware of them. The smaller traumas are a little bit harder to catch, but it's being aware when that fox gets in your garden. That's why the emotional connection time is vital. It's vital to your relationship.
That's
it's
where
vital.
it comes up.
Yeah, it's like vital to the health of your relationship,
Wow.
right? It's like when you see the fox coming in, you get that fox out right away, right?
Who let the fox out? Remember that song?
It's the name of the podcast.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think that's, for me, that's why it's so vital to have a solid board of advisors in place. It's vital to have a team speaking life over you, because the enemy doesn't want strong Christian couples, right? So the enemy's going to use your little T's. He's going to use your big T's. He's going to use your insecurities against each other, right?
Yeah.
So to have that emotional connection time each week, it's like you're catching it, right? You're like, get out, right? Get out.
That's so good. Yeah. Because sometimes we don't even realize, and I even have to catch myself with some of my own past traumatic experiences of like, I might be like thinking some things and I'm like, wait a second. Deborah doesn't warrant that at all. That's just my, I'd have to become self-aware and realize like, oh, that's not even anything she did. That's just my fear from a past, but she didn't do anything to deserve me to come from at her with this ankle kind of thing.
That's good.
You know, we already talked about it a little bit, but that's so good. This emotional like check-in, and tell me a little bit more. It's like, I really want the audience to hear more about that. Like, is it like this emotional wheel, or how is it that you structure this emotional check-in time to really catch those foxes?
Yeah. Do you want to go?
Oh, I could start.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I think, like I said before, it's a time to just throw everything on the table. Like, what's bothering you? What has come up? Where did guilt and shame show up in your relationship in the past week? And just going into those things. Getting called out during that time. Like, maybe I did something wrong and I didn't even realize it, and then she brings it up, and then we have to talk about that. So those things come up. But it's a time that we set aside to do that.
Yeah.
So, like, during the other 6 days, we're not really going into that. We're doing our relationship things, trying to do everything right. And then that's, 1 day a week, that's what we're going into.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I think what's safe about that is that we don't have to have deep, dark conversations throughout the week, right? So like, if you're living life and you're busy, right? It's like, okay, there's a safe place for me to go on Thursday night, right? And it's something, it's a guardrail, right? But I think the emotional connection time, you can determine what it looks like. Sometimes we do the wheel, sometimes we don't. But I think what is vital, it's you talk about your feelings, you talk about your fears to get the foxes away. Okay. And
A lot of F's.
One of the F's is not. We can't do that. One of the F's.
Yeah.
Now I'm turning red. Yeah, that's what we have done. And
It's kind of like staying organized, If you don't clean your room in a while, like, it's going to be messy. You're going to have to clean a lot of stuff up.
Yeah.
But if you do it every week, it's not too messy,
Yeah.
and just
Deborah's laughing because
Or maybe you have a bad week and you got to clean up a lot.
Let's just say I have so many other strengths
yeah.
than what you just talked about.
Sure.
Yeah.
and just be aware of excuses. Right? It's really easy. Sometimes you don't have to force it. Okay. Another F word. Don't have to force it.
Yeah.
Right. But it does need to be a priority. Right? Because there can be so many excuses. Life gets hard. Life gets busy. There's a lot of things. We travel a lot.
Yeah.
But I think that it is, putting it as a priority.
Yeah. Yeah. I think that's so good, because sometimes you can let something fester.
Yeah.
Another F word.
Wow.
Don't let it fester.
We gotta, yeah. It could even just be like one small thing, like, oh my gosh, Brian didn't clean a shower.
Yep.
Which never happened before. And just being silly, but and then we don't like talk about it, and then it could end up festering when it was like.
Has that happened before?
Yeah, it has, but like I was doing it more jokingly, and I did clean.
That festered. It was more like, hey, like poke. Like,
Nah, she's done a great job of challenging me to be more cleanly. Yeah.
I think the other thing too is we talk a lot about attachment styles, right? So I think it's being very aware of attachment, how you're attaching in love. I think being aware of your weaknesses, being aware of your strengths, but willing to catch it, because once you catch it, right? Once you catch the fox in the garden, what's the next step? And that's what we've been talking about. The next step is you don't sink in the sand; you run to God. Right?
Yeah. Because
he's the God of all resource. So he always has the answer. He always has the solution, right? And he's the only thing that fulfills your partner doesn't fulfill.
That's right.
God is number one, your partner is number two, right? Because jobs change, friends change, but the person who you choose to do life with, like that's number two. So if that is the next most important thing to God, you have to cultivate that relationship with your whole heart.
Yeah, that's so good. And kind of going off of that, like speaking about like, God's number one. Why is it so dangerous to make your partner your only emotional support? Because sometimes it's like talking about boundaries, and we can like make our partner like the only person we pray with and the only person that we share deep things with. Like, why is that dangerous?
I mean, I'm ready to pop off, but someone else can go.
I think you're the chosen one.
Yay! You need your team. You need your team. Not only do you need your team for each other, but you need your team for you, right? It's so important to have your core people. It's so important to have the people that you speak life into and that speak life into you as an individual and as a couple. But if you don't have that, you're putting way too much weight in your partner. And then that partner becomes God, and that partner becomes an idol, right? We need to keep God on the throne. We need to keep God as our king. And the best way to do that is have girlfriend time and meet at Urban Market for a matcha.
Yeah.
But really, because I think that there's a perspective change, right? When we are able to connect with our girlfriends, when we're able to connect with our mentors, when we're able to connect with our counselors and our coaches, they give us something that our partner could never give us. And then we can better love our partner.
Yeah. Yeah. So true. And sometimes we just hear things better from the same sex.
Yep.
Like,
that's true.
I don't know why it is, but if a guy who's been married for 20 years says something to me, I might just hear it more clearly. And same with girls. If you've talked to a woman who's further along, and it just because guys understand guys better and women understand women better too. And relationships are hard because it's hard. We're talking the opposite sex. So that's so good. I love that. I would also say it brings a lot of safety for me personally when I know that Deborah will go and talk to you about things. Yeah. Because I know you're an amazing godly woman as well. And so there's safety in the pack. Yeah. Right. And Satan loves to target the Lone Rangers. Yes. He loves to go after the straggler that's, straggling behind the pack because there's safety in numbers. Yeah. So it's like when we can get that core, what is that, board of advisors that you guys call, having those key people, for me, it brings a lot of safety and security. Yeah. Knowing that like, hey, Deborah has got amazing people in her life. Because I know that it takes a village, really, so to speak, to build a kingdom marriage. Yeah.
And I think what I just heard you say, too, is it helps us get out of our head. Yeah. Right? It's so easy for us to get in our head when we're in relationship, especially if there's conflict or confusion, right? There's clarity that can come from other women, other people, other relationships.
Yeah. So good. I love it. All right, so many good things here. And this is great. Like, how do you choose the right team to speak into your relationships? Like, speaking of this team, like, how do you pick them?
Yeah, I mean, I'm really passionate about this for a lot of different reasons. But, and I'm going to say something that might rub people the wrong way. But here's the thing is sometimes the team for your relationship isn't like the team of your life, right? So sometimes a best friend might actually not be on your team in your relationship. You have to look at who's speaking life and not death over your relationship, because we all have hurts, habits, hangups, right? We all have past history. So if there are people that whatever they struggle with, if it's narcissism, if it's jealousy, and you can still love them as a best friend, you can still love them as a friend in your life, but maybe they're not the best person to speak over your relationship. So you have to be very clear, you have to be very wise. Who is speaking life over our relationship? And life doesn't just mean positive, right? It could also mean like, hey, I'm fighting for the relationship and this is what I see that's wrong. This is a fox that I see, right? And I love you so much and I'm here for you, but let's talk about that fox and I'm going to hold you accountable for talking about that fox, right? But some other situations are where they don't believe in you. They actually don't want you to succeed. They're going to expose your weaknesses. They're going to expose your insecurities. And actually, you know what? They're going to put them in your face. And you may love that person. That person may be a part of your life, might be a family member.
Yeah.
It could be someone in your community, but they are not on your team. So they do not get access to your relationship. They get high level.
Yeah, that's true. You have to pick the people wisely. And one of the things I learned from Deborah is you said, this person doesn't have a grid for this. Like sometimes people they don't have a grid to go to a certain level. And so you have to choose the right people for the right action. Yeah.
And you can still love them. You can still love them and they can still be part of your life, but they don't get the ins and outs of the relationship.
Yeah. And that kind of brings up another thought of like, how do you identify like unhealthy relationships? Like what are the signs? Like, how do you know if something's toxic or unhealthy?
I feel like these are all questions for you.
No, I nominate the two of you.
Unhealthy? I think if I were to go to you and I haven't first talked about something or gone to Brian about the issue, I think that's probably a yellow flag to first try to work things out. I don't know, because our relationship is really healthy. So I feel like, so that's a hard question to answer. But I think just, maybe secrets. Having secrets and not sharing them with, and not inviting people into those spaces.
That's good.
Yeah.
I think lying, even if they're white lies. Right. I think secrets keep you sick. Right. I also think selfishness. I think that, I think speaking poor words over the other person very negatively. I think addiction. I think, like essentially like malice. I think those are all signs of toxicity. I think when there's super big highs, when there's super big lows. That's what I think.
Pretty much sin.
Yeah, following our lives based off the Bible, I think just makes things so much more simple. You know,
really does.
If we can just get obedient and be like, God says whoever believes him as Lord, you know, like if Jesus is truly Lord, it means it's like not my will, but his will. Even Jesus showed what perfect submission was. Like he came to do the will of his Father. And he was on an assignment, and he knew the right timing and pace and thing to do every step of the way. And if we were just like Jesus, and I know we're not Jesus, but if we can strive as best as we can in humility and just a desperation, like, hey, God, I'm going to do things your ways. I'm going to do things your timing. It's like the manifest presence of Jesus can really come out of it, and it makes things so simple. It's like when you don't have like these lies or like crazy addictions and all these different things, it just causes way less drama. It just I'm a simple guy, really. I don't know about you guys, but I like things simple.
Little cigar.
I know Jayme and Deborah are big cigar people.
So we're gonna do that right
We've
after
definitely
this.
smoked a lot of cigars in our life. Brian, what I hear you saying is fruit.
Yeah.
You know, I think that when we live surrendered and obedient
Mm-hmm.
to Jesus, that fruit overflows,
Hmm.
right? And who
Yeah.
doesn't want to be around someone when all their fruit is overflowing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. When someone's bearing fruit in their lives, you want to be around that. Because it's like, wow, I want to have those results too.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah.
Yeah.
It's attractive.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah. Yeah. Bearing fruit is attractive.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So cool. Well, last question, and we'll free flow from there. What's one habit someone can start today that instantly makes a relationship healthier?
I would say fill your bucket up with God first. Have your God fill up the bucket first so that you can overflow that love into someone else. Yeah, I think it all starts with God.
Okay.
Yeah.
I would say community. Just having people that can pour into you and give perspective
So
weekly.
good. Yeah. Weekly.
Yeah.
Don't let the enemy get to you. Take a stand.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know, he's coming for you because you're a threat to the kingdom. Because if you're better together for the kingdom than apart, he's going to hate it.
Yeah.
But you can take a stand, and God's our bodyguard. So he's got us.
So
But we
good.
can't underestimate him and the power. But we can't also, without acknowledging like how powerful the Lord is.
Yeah. So good. I love all of those. I'm fully behind everything you guys just said. I think mine's kind of similar to Zach, but I would say just slowing down and praying through things.
Yeah.
You know, the Bible says, be quick to listen
Yeah.
and slow to speak.
Mm-hmm.
So like coming with a curiosity, really listening to understand, being very slow to speak, and just being very, very patient. You know, like patience is a fruit of the Spirit.
Mm-hmm.
And Jesus displayed patience. Like, can you imagine, like, Jesus, what did he say? That, you know, if I wanted to, I can call like a legion of angels down and stop all the whole crucifixion from happening. You know, if I were going through that, I wouldn't want to shed, sweat out blood. I wouldn't want to carry a cross up a hill. I would have been like, how can we just get this over with as fast as possible?
Yeah.
You know, but he was even patient, even on a cross, to die for our sins. And he displayed like the ultimate leadership of all the fruits of the Spirit. But we're talking specifically about patience. And so just having a patience, even when things are uncomfortable, you know, even when things are messy, you know, it's like we're two individual people, and you can't, like, true love isn't controlling another person. You got to let them walk things out. Like, you can't be the fixer, you know. It's like, and I can be guilty of sometimes just wanting to, because I'm very opinionated and I think I'm right. And I am. No, I'm just kidding. Totally joking. I'm wrong many a times. But it's like, yeah, you just got to have that patience and realize, hey, we're two sinners saved by grace, walking out our salvation with fear and trembling, and we're all on our own journey. And, you know, and there's grace and space for imperfection.
For sure.
Because we're not all like perfect like Jesus, you know, only he is, and that's why we worship him. So well, this is a great episode, guys. What else do we want to talk about before we end things off? Jayme.
I have a question.
Yes.
Did I do that wrong?
Very good.
Okay, great. My question is, so far, I know it's going to be hard to narrow down one. So far, what is your favorite memory together?
Oh, I love that. You can go first, Brian. Unless you don't have it.
I think my favorite, there's a lot, but the one just came to mind. I think it was like our third official date, where we spent like half the day together. We ended up going to watch what was that movie? What's that called?
Lilo and Stitch.
Yeah,
Lilo and Stitch.
yeah. We watched Lilo and Stitch, and we went to like the candy store.
Like the old one, or is it?
It was a newer one,
Okay.
yeah. But like that's where I saw more of Deborah's like playful side. Like she like ran away from me, and I had to go find her. She does random stuff like that.
Really?
Yeah, she'll just like run away, and I'm like, "Where'd you go?"
I like the chase.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
That's good.
But like,
Sorry, fun fact about me. But.
yeah, it was so fun. And even just like sitting in the movie, like we were just having a fun time.
Yeah.
And then we went and we walked around the Opryland Hotel.
Yeah.
And we just had a fun time. Just ate at I think it was the Jack Daniel's place, and just walked around. And then we went after that to the Palace and danced.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it was a full day.
So good.
But I realized like, oh, time goes by really fast with her, and we have a fun time together. She's fun. Like Deborah is really fun. Like I enjoy being around her. Yeah.
It was hard to pull that side out of Brian because he's so like business focused. But once I pulled it out, he was game to have fun too.
Like literally pulled it out as you were running from him.
Yeah, exactly. I'm like, what can I do to get this guy to be a little more fun, spontaneous?
Lighten up a little bit. Yeah.
It was just like all serious, all like,
I'm on a
okay,
mission.
so
I
how
got
long have
things-
you been a Christian?
I gotta accomplish.
When did you get saved? And I'm like, Brian, just laugh a little bit. But
What's your 10-year plan? No, I'm just kidding.
my favorite memory with Brian is a recent memory.
Oh wow.
When Brian came back from the Selah retreat, and I just felt like we had a really hard conversation before he went to that retreat, and we were able to repair really well before the night ended, but we hadn't resolved anything. So we just had to repair, and then he left.
Yeah.
And then when he came back, it was like, wow, we felt like we were on the same page and talked through things and felt like our relationship was so much better. Like he came from a point of view of seeking to understand, and I came from, hey, I think I was wrong and how stubborn I was, and I'm willing to listen to your ideas and see how we can partner together. So it was really good.
So good.
You know, Deborah, one of the things that you had shared with me about Brian that I just want to give you a shout out, you know, is that you've been in relationships where you were always challenging them.
Yeah. I was like the spiritual leader of the relationships. Yeah.
And now you're with someone who gets to challenge you.
Yeah. It's
Yeah.
been so good. So stretching. Brian, he's a godly man. I'm so grateful to be in a relationship with somebody who has that level of understanding and that relationship with the Lord. So
Thank you. All glory to God. And it's only because I messed up a handful of ways in my path and realized, okay, God, I surrender. Yeah.
yeah. What about you guys?
I mean, we already mentioned it, but it was a whole
The fireworks.
The fireworks, for
Yeah.
sure.
Okay.
So we started that day. I had two friends from Tampa come in. They stayed with me, but they came in like the night before, and then they're kind of sleeping in. And then we went out to the grocery store to get like 4th of July fireworks. We were doing a pool party with a bunch of friends.
Yeah, I was there for the part of it.
Yeah.
The pool party.
And
I saw some of the sparks flying already.
yeah.
Yeah.
But we decided to ride her apartment bikes with like baskets
How
in
fun.
them. So we literally filled these baskets up to the brim, like of all supplies, food, water guns, the whole nine, burgers, everything. So then we had the pool party, but yeah, you know, sparks were flying throughout the day, and then we had like water gun fights. We were playing
I
like
saw that.
water. Yeah, we were playing water.
You
pong.
guys were both smiling a lot that day.
Yeah. Yeah, we were pretty flirty. So it was a build up to the entire day. And then just me and my two friends went to the Thompson rooftop in the Gulch in Franklin. And then fireworks started going off, and more fireworks started going off.
Wow.
So, yeah.
What does that mean?
So I've never shared this. Why not on a podcast, right?
Yeah.
I have had my heart broken on 4th of July multiple times. And it was just such a redemptive day for me. 4th of July has always been my favorite holiday. So I think it was so heartbreaking to be heartbroken over my favorite holidays in the past, right? So I just praise God for the best day ever. Yeah. Well, I'll do a different favorite moment.
Go ahead.
Are you guys okay if I get like a little vulnerable?
Yeah, please do.
Okay. So I don't know if y'all know, but I had gone on a dating challenge about 3 years ago. And the dating challenge was no kissing or committing for 2 to 3 months. And I thought I was just going to have this in the bag, right? I was going to start doing this. I'd find my husband right away. 3 years later, 77 first dates. Here we are learning so many lessons, so many beautiful lessons, having to do so many hard things. And then the Lord is great because he provided Zach. Something that I learned in this journey is that, to your earlier question, Brian, there's a lot of people that are not willing to do the work. There's a lot of people that once there's conflict, they run. They don't want to stay and fight. And that had been my experience. And I just think that, we have such a redemptive God, 4th of July. And we had kind of come into some conflict. And I just assumed he would walk away. And
From some past trauma.
Yeah, truly past trauma. Because I'd pray the prayers. Would he step up or would he step out? Right. God, would you illuminate? Would you eliminate? God, would you speak to him? The answer was always no. Always no. And I was so confused, right? So I remember on August 11th, I'm a big pray on my knees kind of girl, okay? I love worshiping on my knees. I love praying on my knees. And I prayed these prayers with Zach. I prayed them and worship well into the middle of the night, praying these prayers. And I was like, okay, God, if it's no, I'll be okay. And for the first time, the answer was yes. So Zach took me to my favorite Italian restaurant on August 12th. He gave me my favorite, a dozen red roses.
Wow.
Yes, yes. And what I remember most about the date is connecting emotionally, connecting spiritually, and then being silly. I love being silly with you. I love having fun with you. We have so much fun together. We really enjoy each other, which is such a blessing. And then he walked me back to our car. And so I got to meet Brett Young this summer. I worked an event where I got to meet Brett Young. Brett Young's my favorite country singer. And his song Mercy just so happened to be playing on the radio.
Wow.
God, always in all the details. So Zach's looking at me, turns up the radio at this part of the song where it goes, if you're going to break my heart, just break it. If you're going to take your shot, just take it. He looked at me and he was like, I've never met anyone like you. And I want to take my shot with you. Will you be my girlfriend?
That was a way better story than mine. Sorry. No, I'm not comparing anyone else's story, but that was great.
That was really good.
Yeah.
You should write a book or something.
Yeah.
We start.
Interesting. Interesting idea. I'm almost done.
Nice.
Yeah. The goal is for it to be completely done by the end of the year.
Love it.
That's coming up pretty fast.
So cool.
So exciting.
Yeah.
I love it. Well, anything else you guys have on your heart to share before we wrap this up?
I don't think so.
Okay.
Thank you for being a part of our journey.
Yeah.
Thank you for being such good friends.
Yeah.
So thankful for you guys.
Thank you guys for being our biggest cheerleaders.
Yeah.
We appreciate you guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
Awesome. All right, guys.
Woo!
Well, have a good one.